Hey everyone, Google has released the Jetpack Compose in alpha version yesterday. So what does it mean is that now you can get started with Jetpack Compose in your demo applications, or you can start learning Jetpack Compose, but remember not to add it in the production applications because there will be many changes which will frequently go on in the Jetpack Compose. So what is Jetpack Compose and why should you bother about it? Jetpack Compose is a modern UI toolkit by Google. What it means is that now instead of depending on XML for writing your layouts, now you can do all those things right in the Kotlin file. The approach of writing this is a bit different. Now it's declarative. Now, the major difference between declarative and traditional programming is that in declarative you say to get thing done, but you do not define how to get these things done. For example, text is one of the composable view where you just use the text. But under the hood, you do not define how to draw text on screen. So same way we have lots of composable view. We'll see all of them in the upcoming videos. Best part is that it is interoperable with existing views, which means that if you already have the Android application and you do not want to convert A to Z views to Jetpack Compose, then it is really possible with the interoperability feature. So the architecture followed here is cohesion over coupling. And the major reason for this one is like when you do cohesion, it's like a plug and play component you can make it. It is less prone to errors. And the best part is that it is much more maintainable and testable over coupling. So coupling is like you're defining your views in XML and then you're trying to inflate it in your code. So you'll say like find view by ID. Now, if you change the ID in XML, then it's an obvious case that app will start crashing because it will not find the view. That means you have to come back to your Kotlin or the Java file and change the ID there also. We do not have such kind of complexity here with Jetpack Compose because everything you're writing right in Kotlin, and it really doesn't depends on ID like before. You just create the views as and when required. And there are a few things which are new in Alpha 1, which is support for constraint layout. So if you like the constraint layout, then you can use constraint layout in Jetpack Compose also. By this way, you avoid writing rows and columns, and then it's easy for you to align the views properly on screen. We have window management and lazy list. So earlier version was not having a list, but now we have a list for Jetpack Compose. There are cool animations which got added, and best part is that the material UI component, you get support here directly for the material UI components also. But one thing to remember is that it is in the early stage. So earlier it was in the dev, now it's in alpha, and it is the first version of alpha. So do not try to use it in the production application because there could be many changes which might be coming on the way. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the upcoming videos, I'm going to talk about how you can use Jetpack Compose, how you can get started with Jetpack Compose, and if you want to create the views, inflate the views along with the existing views, then how can you do all sort of things? So if you haven't subscribed the channel, then please subscribe it, like the video, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.